I'm afraid to stop this.
Okay.
Okay, but I think it's going to take a minute. Let me get back to Zoom. Oh, I think it just said I'm live.
Okay.
Yeah, give me a second. Thank you for your patience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it says it's live on LinkedIn. And,
All right, and we're live.
Okay, and then I close this. Let me close this. Let me go here. It says I'm live, but I don't really. This is a preview. Let me go to my home.
Can we turn off live mode until we have the slides up, maybe?
Well, let's just go ahead and do it because it seems like we're live. So let me do screen share.
Do you love it when you click on something and it just sits there? It happens to me all the time. All right.
Okay, so it's going to be a lot of winging. Anybody that's out there listening to us, we're going to be winging it, and and we're going to be recording it so you can watch it later. And Judy got her booster shot today, so
I did yesterday.
So she's not 100%, and I let this go to the last minute, so I'm not 100%. So let's just do the live show.
Let's do it.
Let's do the LinkedIn Live. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, anyone who's out there listening, we wanted to do like a sneak peek for our upcoming webinar, which the dates of the real webinar are on the screen, June 16th, 2022, 11:30 a.m. PDT. And my slides, there you go. So I thought we would just introduce ourselves. So Judy, would you like to go first?
Sure. I'm Judy Gilniak. I'm a career coach, and I work a lot with people on career transition and career discovery. So figuring out what next steps are in careers for clients. I'm also a mom to a 13-year-old son and a dog mom as well. I have to mention that. And I'm just really excited to be here and to be showcasing just a preview of our mental fitness webinar coming up.
Awesome. And yeah, it's looking like we're live on LinkedIn. There's my head.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, there you are.
Okay. Okay, everyone. Joan Kling. I live in the San Diego area, Oceanside. Really, my niche is first-time people managers in local government. I'm a first-time grandma, which is absolutely wonderful. I love food and trying new foods in restaurants, and I believe in miracles, and that there's some right around the corner for Judy and me. I can just feel it.
I like that.
Okay, I added this slide just to tell you all about what the whole entire webinar is about. And these are some pain points that Judy and I feel that both of our customers deal with, our clients deal with. Do you feel like an imposter at work? Do you worry that you're going to get found out as ineffective or unqualified? Do you work long hours chasing perfection? you know, those people that are working like so many hours right now and just so afraid that they can't keep up, like they're on a hamster wheel.
Mhm.
And do you beat yourself up for past mistakes and current shortcomings? And if this is enough information for you to come to see us on June 16th, there's the QR code. You can scan it and you'll be able to register. Okay, Judy, I think this is yours.
Yeah, so mental fitness, what do we mean by that? So the definition really is just your capacity to respond to life's challenges with a positive rather than a negative mindset, right? So this is about how to deal with challenging circumstances in your life, or how to deal with those saboteur messages that we all have. And by the way, those thoughts that we had on the previous slide, I can say that I've had every one of those thoughts at different times in my career. So you know, none of us are immune to those kinds of things. So what this mental fitness subject is all about is how to work through those thoughts so they're not holding us back. So how to achieve peak performance, peace of mind and wellness, generate healthier relationships, and also just experience more happiness in life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like a tall order, and it's possible. And Ashley, our friend Ashley, has joined us.
Hi,
And
Ashley.
what I'm
There.
learning, this is a dress rehearsal, and what I'm learning is that I can't see. I definitely have to get my second screen set up because I can't see any of the comments that are happening in Restream. Okay, so what Judy and I have learned and are teaching in the webinar is based on this man here. His name is Shirzad Shameen, and he wrote this book called Positive Intelligence. And he often refers to it as PQ, like IQ for intelligence quotient, and EQ for emotional quotient. And he has a lot of research behind it. That's why I'm so excited about it. He has studied and run his methods past hundreds of CEOs and their executive teams, a bunch of Stanford students, world-class athletes, and to date he has more than 100,000 participants from 52 countries studying and going through the information that we're going to be talking to you about. His book has been translated into 20 languages.
Yeah, and so, you know, when I came across this program as a coach, one of the things that that really intrigued me is this idea about how much research has gone into mental fitness and positive intelligence. Yeah, you know, as coaches, a lot of times we study these different areas of science that relate to people and how we think and how we work so that we can help our clients. But this program actually brings together 4 different areas of science that we might study individually. So you've heard about these, I'm sure. Positive psychology, cognitive behavioral psychology, performance science, and neuroscience.
And what I like about these, if I could just say a couple other things, is that I love when something has science behind it. That it's not just like I think or I feel or I took this class one day. And then also to expand on cognitive behavioral therapy is also, you hear it a lot as CBT, and how he relates that and how I relate it to his teachings are that cognitive behavioral therapy is about action. You can't just sit and talk to your therapist and think your way out of it. You're going to need to take some action. And he breaks it down and helps you with all of that. So I'm really excited. Let me just ask you this question. Are your pictures over my PowerPoint or they're not?
Pictures?
Your own picture, because your pictures.
I'm just seeing one screen and it's the PowerPoint.
Okay.
I don't see any images other than that.
Maybe I can put them someplace else. There you go. There you go. Another thing I love about Shirzad's work is that he has done that he calls power by factor analysis, and that discovers the root cause and it makes it radically simplified because he took all those areas of science and psychology that Judy was telling you about, and he found what was the commonalities, what was the same. And so he broke it down. And for some reason, it reminds me of a really good spaghetti sauce that has to cook all day. But other than that, similar, you know that red, blue, and yellow are the primary colors, and most of all the colors come out of these three colors. So he took those four things that make the circle and created this system. There you go.
Oh, good. So now we're going to talk about saboteurs. So saboteur messages are the automatic mental habits for feeling, thinking, and behaving. So they're really the cause of all of our negative emotions. So sadness, fear, shame, any negative emotion is directly attributed to saboteurs. And they also can hold us back from reaching our potential. And they're derived from birth, really. We are biologically wired to have this negative inner critic to keep us safe from harm. This is something we needed centuries and centuries ago, right? To stay safe. But this day and age, it doesn't really help us that much anymore to have those negative messages. In fact, it's actually holding back a lot of people in reaching their potential and going after what they want in life. The judge is the universal saboteur. So we'll talk about briefly the other saboteurs that we've learned about in mental fitness. But the judge is in all of us. So it's that voice that says, you're not good enough. Don't do that. You'll fail. Who do you think you are for trying to, do these great things? No one's going to trust you. No one's going to believe you. All of those things that we talked about in the beginning, those messages are all from our internal critic, the judge. And so as we see here in the slide, the judge pops up in our brains to judge ourselves, to judge others, and to also judge circumstances that happen to us. So there are three ways that the judge is at play in our minds. Likely on a daily basis, we filter in and out of the judge depending on what's going on around us and what experiences we're having. So mental fitness is all about how to quiet the saboteur messages and voices so that they don't hold us back.
Exactly. And I just love that Shirzad brings in circumstances or outcomes, because sometimes we do have choices, but sometimes we are at the effect of other people. So like DISC assessment is about me and how I interact with you, and EQ,
Right.
But this is talking about situational things.
Right, absolutely. And I think we have the 9 accomplice saboteurs on the next slide, maybe.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay, so there's an assessment that goes with his book and that goes with our work. And when you take the assessment, you'll find out if you're a controller, you're a hyperachiever, you're restless, you're hypervigilant. He's given these names to the categories of people that he has studied: a pleaser, a stickler, a avoider, a victim, or hyper-rational. I'm going to self-reveal that I'm hyper-rational, and people like us, we think our way through life. And basically, I had to think my way through life because I've been on my own basically from a very young age. And then when my thinking and my logic doesn't get me where I want, or doesn't get you to do what I want you to do to make me happy, then I go into victim. Victim is my second one, and I feel sorry for myself, and no one understands me, and blah blah blah. So,
yeah, my top one is stickler, which I don't like. But there it is. It does resonate with me when I got my results. And I think for me, it's about sort of the judge message and the stickler going hand in hand. Sort of like, especially in the past, in former careers where, I would tell myself I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, and then I would try to prove it to myself and everyone else that I was by doing everything perfectly. And that's, I didn't realize, of course, that I was doing that at the time, but I've come to learn that through studying mental fitness and positive intelligence. So, so it's it's interesting, the assessment, and we'll talk more about that in the webinar.
Mhm. Okay, you want to address this one?
Sure.
Judy?
So the mental fitness really runs off an operating system, which is a three-step process that we kind of mentioned before in our materials. It allows you to quiet the saboteurs in order to access a more positive mindset so that you can take action that you really want to take that's going to get you positive results. And so it's about trying to see the gifts or opportunities and a bunch of other things that we'll talk about, other ways to take the action that you prefer to take in situations. So as the slide says here, when negative internal thoughts are decreased or quieted, you can't get rid of them altogether. They're always going to be there, but there's definitely a way to quiet them. We'll talk about that. We are able to take laser focused action, the action that we really want to take once we've gotten through the saboteur message. And so we'll talk about how that all works together. It's about responding to situations rather than reacting.
And what a gift that would be, right? If I could do that.
It is, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, well, we're going to talk real quickly about a story called the Stallion Story, which is from Taoism, and it's a story that Shirzad uses that Judy and I use to say that to basically give up control or what my expectations are or what I think you should do and say in response to something. So the story is about a farmer and his son, and they live, of course, outside of the city in a village, and the son goes to the city and he comes back with a horse. Well, that's wonderful. Then the village finds out that it's a stallion and it's worth a lot of money. So they come running over and they say to the farmer, oh my God, this is fantastic. You have a stallion. And the farmer says, it could be good. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Is it good or bad? Is it good or bad? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. So then a little while later, the I should have made you a host so you can quiet people, which I didn't.
Yes, I'm sorry. I have some background noise.
So then one day the stallion breaks out and runs away, and the neighbors all come rushing over and saying, oh my God, this is horrible. This is horrible. This is really bad. And the farmer says, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Is it good? Is it bad? It's not for me to say. So then time goes on and the stallion finds its way back to the stable and brings with it 30 wild horses. And so now the neighbors, of course, come running over and they say, oh my God, this is so great. This is wonderful. Look at what happened. This is fantastic. And the farmer says, is it good or is it bad? It's not for me to judge. So then one day the son is trying to break one of the horses and he falls off and breaks his leg. And of course the neighbors say, oh my God, this is so bad. And the farmer says, is it good or is it bad? It's not for me to decide. And so time goes on and a war breaks out, and they come and they take every able-bodied man in the village to fight in the war. But the farmer's son can't go because his leg is broken. I feel like I may have said arm, but he broke his leg. And so now he can't go to war. And by this time, the neighbors have quieted down. They're like, okay, I see. We have to wait it out. We have to see how it goes before we make our decisions. So did you want to make any comment on that, either Ashley or Judy, on that story?
I think it's just really great that it illustrates, sort of being able to not react to situations immediately. I mean, obviously it's fable and it's, not real life. And we're human beings and we're going to sometimes react. But what's great about mental fitness is it gives you this three-step process that once you start practicing with it, you can actually start doing it in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a nice story to kind of illustrate that.
I like it too. Did you want to say anything, Ashley? If not, we will move on.
No, just that it was a very interesting parable. Thank you for sharing.
All right. Uh-oh. Hi, everyone. Somehow my screen sharing stopped.
There
Okay,
you go.
so I just want to spend a few minutes on who should attend our full webinar on the 16th. Well, of course, if you're watching this, right? If you're watching this, you need to come. And then people managers, office managers, all kinds of managers, government workers, I just made this word up for our sneak peek, career transitioners, career changers, career stuck in the mudders.
I like that one.
And that's for people who are just like undecided. Should I make a career change or not? And movers and shakers. Just, the class is open to everyone, and we really hope you come. Okay, did someone say raffle? I think I heard someone say raffle. So Judy and I are really looking forward to a great presentation, and we want to get as many people there and as many people exposed to this fantastic process that we both have found out about and love. So share about our event on your social media, and you'll get one raffle ticket for each site that you share on. And bring a friend, and you'll get 5 raffle tickets for bringing a friend. And email us at the email address below to get entered into the raffle.
Yes, and
Oops.
we're gonna
Oh yeah, I didn't say
the winner. I'm sorry, Joan.
I didn't say what it was. Go ahead.
Oh, so it's a $50 Amazon gift card and the Positive Intelligence book by Shirzad Shameen, and we're gonna pull the winning raffle ticket on our webinar on June 16th.
Yay! I love a raffle.
Every good event has a raffle, right?
I'm saying yes. Okay, so don't forget to register. You can just take your phone right now and click that, and you'll get to Eventbrite, which is our landing page, which will get you all set up. And this is what it's called, Mental Fitness, 3 steps to switch from self-sabotage to self-mastery. You can see that Judy and I both love alliteration. It's Thursday, June 16th, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. And let me just see. Okay. Before we go to the info page, anything else, Judy, you want to add before we end?
That's it. It's going to be a fun event. It's going to be 45 minutes to an hour, and it's going to be packed with information on how to use this operating system for yourself. So I hope everyone can attend.
Yay! Okay, one more slide just about our personal information, and then again at the bottom is our combined email, joanandjudycoaching@gmail.com. I don't see anybody I have LinkedIn on my phone, and I don't see anybody writing any comments. Once in a while, I put like hands up and make myself feel good. Okay, there's Ashley. She commented. Thank you, Ashley. It just says test comment, and I really appreciate it. And so we're going to end for today. Feel free to reach out to either one of us or both of us and share, and we'll see you on June 16th.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.